74% of Americans in their lifetime will have some type of medical issue. Why does that make sense? Why does that hurt so bad? Watch this. Of that 76%, 30-something% of them will be fatal or life-changing issues that need medicine. Okay, why does that make sense? If 70-something% of the population of America in their lifetime is gonna have a medical issue that needs medication, and 95% of the key ingredients to the medication that you need comes from China, that, my friend, is a problem. China is also so strong. They not no weak link, they strong. So they can actually say, hey, we'll go toe for toe. Now, the thing about going toe for toe is, he actually hurts the Chinese. They hurt the Chinese economy by doing that. Why? Because they sell so much to America. But you also, with America, you hurt the American economy. Why? Because we buy so much from them. Everything. And I just put this up and it came on the news the other day about 90%. It just came, it's crazy how we be ahead of the news too, dog. Like, y'all gotta give us props for how much we really be giving game on here from an educational perspective. After we said this, it came on the news like later that week. Remember I came out and said, hey, 95% of the key drug components that America gets into drugs come from China. 89%, 87% of antibiotics key ingredients come from China. Literally, this came on the news. Put it up, people.
How much of our drug supply is controlled by China?
We're so dependent on China that if they shut the door on sending medicines to us, our hospitals would shut down within a couple of months.
In the case of some drugs, like antibiotics, China has a total stranglehold.
We can't make penicillin anymore. The last penicillin plant in the United States closed in 2004.
Penicillin?
Stranglehold. Chokehold.
Bro, listen to me.
Figure four.
Penicillin.
We thinking just T-shirts and...
Bro, you thinking just, yeah, T-shirt. No, bro, listen. Listen, but so hold up, let's go a little deeper with that though. Bro, why would you close a penicillin plant? Why would you close, like, why don't we produce medicine? You know why? It's cheaper.
Great.
It's cheaper. Now, we had a video, I'm not gonna play that one because I don't like, it makes sense, but I don't like all the context in it.
Okay.
And it talks about like, America sold us for profit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And bruh, I'm not gonna play that video because it makes sense, but there's some stuff in the video I don't agree with.
Yeah. Just off of that last one though, they said, what, a week? How long did she say?
She said we won last week's. We'll be down in a few weeks. Think about it, bro. Think about it. You know why they said it. Bro, why? Listen, use the last penicillin plant. Penicillin is an antibiotic, bro. It gets you...
Right, yeah. They get that out of you.
From the... Bruh, but not just that. Penicillin, moxicillin.
Yep.
All of it. Bro, we don't even produce that here. So that's just on that level. Bruh, think about freaking other stuff. 95 of the key components in all of our medicines come from China, bro. How does that make sense? But you know why they sold a plant. Why have a plant over here when we can get it from over there for the low?
For the low.
And then do what? Price gouge. Price gouge. Because we already know. That's why Mark Cuban came out with the company he got. Right? And that's another company I'll call GoodRx. Why? Because the legal dope dealing. It's the one thing I always say. I'ma always, listen to me. Now, here's what I will say. Here's what I will say. Some people saying play it. Nah, because I don't agree with all of it, bruh, and I don't agree with everything he said. I agree with about 70% of what he said. What I will say is this, bro, like, I understand that America sell dope to us, but I also understand that, watch this, we ain't got enough discipline. You feel me? So I'ma always buy a company like, I'm gonna get back in Eli Lilly. Cause I understand it. Novo Nordisk. I'm gonna play that when we get in a different environment. I'm gonna run that. You know why? Cause I understand it, bro. I understand it. But you gotta think about it. A lot of stuff that and that's why I was saying, that's where the strength, that's where, for me, that's where it's not about, so watch this. Do I think Orange Man has some logic to what he's doing? I just think he's going about it the wrong way. But again, I've never ran a country before. So here's the thing I was saying. Do we need some type of sustainability here in America to be great? 100%. Your biggest enemy cannot be your also biggest supplier. That don't work. In the streets, you done for. Your biggest enemy can't be your biggest supplier. But they also use in Vietnam the back door. So you do need penicillin plants in America. Right? You do need, you know what I'm saying, to make, we should not be getting all our chickens from
Bro, that one still got me. I mean, you know, I'm on the grilled chicken and vegetable joint. I'm like, this came from Vietnam.
You feel me? So while I do understand that, the way you go about doing it is I don't think that's the proper way to do it. You know what I'm saying? But bro, think about that, bro. Nike, a staple in America. 97% of the components from the Nike shoe get made in China. Bro, how? What we doing?
But he talking heavy for somebody who got us by the nuts like that. When you think about all the stuff.
No, it's crazy. But here's the thing. Here's what he does understand. Because we are also your biggest buyer.
The symbiotic relationship.
That's why I say the relationship is so crazy.
Okay.
Nobody buys as much from you as us. So when you take us away from you, yeah, you still gonna make money. But boy, you gonna miss that couple trillion that we spending. Think about it like this. It's simple like being in America. Guess what? If the black ethnic group stops spending at any store, they feel it.
Yeah.
It's simple. Here's how we know it worked. Black people stopped riding a bus in Montgomery, Alabama for a year, and they got some act right. You know why? White people weren't riding a bus like that. They weren't riding a bus like that. Who was riding the bus? Us. We on the bus. They stopped riding the bus for a year, and guess what happened? Hey, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So here's what I understand. The way you get act right in anything is always by messing with somebody's pocket. 74% of Americans in their lifetime will have some type of medical issue. Why does that make sense? Why does that hurt so bad? Watch this. Of that 76%, 30-something% of them will be fatal or life-changing issues that need medicine. Okay, why does that make sense? If 70-something% of the population of America in their lifetime is gonna have a medical issue that needs medication, and 95% of the key ingredients to the medication that you need comes from China, that, my friend, is a problem. 80% of the medical conditions in America stems from the food that we eat. So if America is giving you food that's gonna make you sick, but got the medicine in China, and we beefing with China, you actually are killing Americans. So a deal gotta get made. So you build the plants to sell us the dope, because you know we killing our own people. Because watch this. Because your people don't got this issue. They live into their 80s and 90s.
Right. Average. Like they go.
So you got it. So you build this plant that costs all this money to sell us the dope. So if we stop buying the dope, It hurts your economy. But if we stop buying the dope, we kill.
Catch 22.
And that is the nature of the American and Chinese relationship.